Gather round, partners. Mosey over and cozy up to the fire and listen. Now, I'm not one to bellyache or cause a whole lot of hullabaloo over nothing, but I've just got wind of a new frontier that I think every cowpoke and genteel lady ought to know about. Now listen up, because I'm going to use a whole lot of big words, but them's important ones. This new frontier's got a revolution going on. It's called the oral systemic connection. It's all about health and dentistry. This new frontier you ain't gonna find out under the setting sun. No, I'm talking about teeny tiny critters, and their home on the range is inside your body and your mouth. This frontier is you, your microbiome. You see, this oral systemic connection features the good, the bad, and the ugly. First, the bad news. Like a pesky pebble in your boot, or a burr under your saddle, if you're fixing to complete your life's journey, it's often the small stuff you gotta mind over time. Don't underestimate what these little microscopic varmints can do to you. These little baddies have bested tough guys and gals for ages. Cut them down before their time, you see? Sure, now nobody wants to go back to the wild pre-antibiotic era. That gunpowder changed everything. Antibiotics have been like a silver bullet against the bad. Our safe and happy physiological neighborhoods owe a lot to this antimicrobial ammo. But times are changing, and well, some around these parts are warning we're way too trigger happy, and have been going on for many moons now. Heck, factory farms now require their penned-up cattle, hogs, and chickens to gobble a steady supply of antibiotics, just to keep from falling ill. And folks somehow seem to have forgotten that you are what you eat eats. Seems we've been blasting everything in sight that so much as moves, just to be safe and to maximize profits. Turns out there's more than just the bad we've been putting down. We've plumb run the good right out of town too. Shoot! That's right, good bacteria. Probiotics, and all of the heroes that defend your microbiome. There's law-abiding and hard-working citizens who form the foundation of health and wellness. They colonize our skin, the inner linings of our gastrointestinal tracts, and they protect the entire mouth, gums, teeth, and throat. How much of a difference can oral probiotics make against the bad guys? Remember, the bad guys, this pathogenic posse of oral outlaws, loves inflammation. They're bent on watching your entire town go up in smoke. Well, by crowding out the bad bacteria with the good, we can give them nowhere to hide, nowhere to set up camp, and nowhere for them to recruit gang members. But it's worse. There's an ugly. The ugly is biofilm. Bio what? Biofilm. Just as the good settlers circle the wagons to defend themselves, the bad bacteria know they can do more damage if they join forces. You see, an acute infection is usually a lone drifter, a planktonic wanderer who, up against an antibiotic sharpshooting sheriff, well, acute infections are easier to blast. But chronic infection and systemic inflammation, well, sharpshooting immune responses, that ain't gonna work without sustained help from some experienced dental heroes. The lone lawman is in way over his head. You gotta head these guys off at the pass before they take over. Sometimes seeing is believing. That's why your oral systemic dentist shows you a bacteria slide of your spit. Except blowed up real good like, under a microscope, you see. Some of the gang leaders are actually visible under a microscope. Not only can they be seen skirming all around in their hideouts, but after periodontal treatments, you can see their numbers reduced. Cleaning out the saloon is pretty straightforward, but rooting out shifty double-crossers can be trickier. Luckily, they can't hide anymore either. All dental patients need to do nowadays is spit in a cup. The Pony Express then gallops your spittoon directly to the lab. and they're able to use DNA salivary diagnostics to measure for levels of even the shiftiest crime bosses. Don't play with these guys, they play for keeps. Their rap sheets correlate with the leading causes of illness, degeneration, oxidative stress, and cardiovascular events. Nobody needs to let their town go to pot, and I'm here to tell you, you don't have to. Your gums ain't supposed to bleed. It isn't normal. The way to keep your town peaceful and the entire valley free of inflammation is the Magnificent Seven. 1. Regular flossing. Hog-tie those varmints. 2. Brushing. Whoa, easy does it. Tiny circles now, not so hard. 3. Non-alcohol rinse. Just because it burns like moonshine don't mean it's doing you any good. 4 and 5. Irrigation and perio-wave. Clean house with water and lasers. 6. Probiotics outfit the entire town to stand their ground. And 7. Xylitol, our man on the inside, acts just like sugar, but he ain't one of them. He's a good guy. So hightail it. Book your new patient exam pronto and let your oral systemic dentist support you on your journey towards optimal dental and overall health.